Hey people, what's up? Welcome back to this still untitled but yet self-explanatory review show. I guess that's a good way to put it. That me and my good friend Pete are doing. What's up, Pete?
Yo, how goes it?
This episode we're going to be reviewing. Last episode we did the first Dragon Ball Z movie, which was I forgot it that quickly. Dead Zone.
Dead Zone.
Okay, this episode we're going to be reviewing the second one, which is The World's Strongest. And first of all, I would say better than than Dead Zone. Much better.
Yeah.
Much better than Dead Zone.
Yeah.
You sound like you were going to say something.
I was going to agree with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, much better than Dead Zone. I mean, the bad guy wasn't corny. I mean, he was a little corny. But he was.
No, it had its corniness to it. Don't say it wasn't corny.
But well, he wasn't as bad as Garlic Jr. and the pepperoni Tutti Frutti game. Oh my gosh. So one thing though, this movie started off with Piccolo breaking stuff again. Oh man! If the next movie starts off with Piccolo breaking something, I'm gonna be like, okay, what were they thinking with these? Like, no, it starts off with Piccolo breaking something, and shortly afterwards gets the crap beat out of him.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, story goes, Gohan and Oolong have Bulma's Dragon Radar, which they stole, and they are tracking the Dragon Balls. Which are mysteriously being gathered because they're idiots and can't realize mysteriously being gathered means somebody's gathering them. Like what? That's the first thing I thought. But yeah, they're mysteriously being gathered. They want to find them to make a wish. What's Oolong's wish? The world's most comfortable pair of underwear, which is stupid.
Again.
Yeah, again, and which is even stupider. Because the Eternal Dragon will only grant you one wish once. He doesn't grant the same wish twice anyway. So, like, those are the rules.
Is it he doesn't grant the same wish twice, or he can't bring the same person back to life twice?
That's a good question. I know the second one, he can't bring the same person back to life twice.
I don't know if it's that he can't grant the same wish twice.
Okay, well, alright, that's up in the air.
Generally, when people get their wish, they don't really want to wish for the same thing. Because they didn't wish for something that stupid the first time.
True. But yeah, so the Dragon Balls are being collected. They eventually all get gathered together. Some weird, ugly old man, alien-looking dude or whatever, gathers Dragon Balls, and he breaks out his old master, Dr. Wheelo, from his ice cave or tomb or whatever. And then Dr. Wheelo's goal is he wants to find the world's strongest person or man or person, whatever, to inhabit their body because he's just a brain in a robot. And right, he's a brain in a robot.
You see, that's where I go into the whole. Don't say he's not corny. It's a brain in a robot.
But the thing about it though is, right? No, I agree. And actually, Dr. Cochin, who's the guy who's collecting the Dragon Balls, Dr. Cochin is way more corny than Dr. Wheelo is. Cochin is corny.
Yeah.
Oh no! You're the world's strongest there. But so they go on this big thing trying to find the world's strongest. They go to fight Master Roshi, who they believe to be the world's strongest, and they kidnap Bulma. Master Roshi beats him up, but he doesn't succeed. Bulma, like an idiot, says he's not the strongest fighter. Goku is. Who? Oh, I've said too much. Like,
yeah.
So then they try to fight Goku, and Goku starts to fight back, and yada yada yada, fight, and then Goku wins.
I like that fight. Like, he fights the dude first off, the, like, rubber dude. I like how he just straight up Kaioken and went just straight through
the dude, like a mile through this man's stomach before he ripped through him.
But like he just ripped a hole straight through the guy's body.
Right.
It's like, and yeah, they showed after he died or whatever and deflated, in comical fashion, that he had like wires and stuff inside of him.
Right.
I guess to be like, see, Kakarot doesn't kill people.
I was gonna say it was that, but it was also because they were robots. They were Kochin's robots that he was using to.
They were bio warriors. That doesn't necessarily mean robot right off the bat. It just means they were biologically enhanced.
They didn't look like Bio Brawly, which we'll be getting to later. I just wanted to bring that up just to see what you would say. I liked it. I liked it better than Second Coming, but we will cross that bridge when we come to that. But no, one thing I say that made this movie better was there were a lot more fights that lasted a lot longer. Back and forth, team. This person teaming up with this person to fight this team, and then them fight them, and it was back and forth, and the fights were justified and warranted. And like I said, the villain was not that corny. Garlic Jr. in Dead Zone, it was just like,
oh yeah,
and they didn't wait until pretty much 80% through the movie to explain why they called it, like why they titled it.
to deal with the topic that the movie's supposed to be covering. Dead Zone. Where 85% or 95% of the movie? Where's this Dead Zone that the movie's named after?
The Dead Zone I've created.
There's the Dead Zone. Oh, now it's over. Oh.
Right. Something tells me Tree of Might won't be waiting forever to explain why it's called Tree of Might.
Not even so much explain why it's called. It's just like Dead Zone. It's pretty obvious. It's called the Dead Zone because there's going to be a dead zone, and that's probably going to be the main problem they have to deal with.
But where is the dead zone? But where is the dead zone? Right.
But where is this main problem you got to deal with?
Exactly.
The world's strongest is like, it's got something to do with the world's strongest people. Sure enough.
Right.
There you go.
They're searching for the world's strongest. Right. Now this movie, one thing that was kind of weird in this movie was when Kochin starts to like lose the fight or whatever, and his arm turns into a machine gun and he starts to shoot them all crazed. That was and then of course you find out Willow is a brain in a big giant robot.
After Gohan breaks all the walls and stuff after Kochin trash talks him. Gohan yells and things start breaking.
Which is basically what Gohan did when he was a kid, just in Dragon Ball Z period. What I didn't get though was where did Krillin come from? He seemed like he just showed up.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
Oh, okay. I was making sure it wasn't just me. Okay. We need Krillin in this movie. Krillin was his
By the way, you were talking about it continuing the streak of Piccolo starting off blowing stuff up and getting beat up right afterwards.
Right.
Also, the second movie with Gohan went through some
I was gonna mention that
tripping scene. I know it was just a dream.
I was gonna mention that.
Really, what is up with this little kid's head?
I was honestly gonna mention that because that was weird. It was. It makes me wonder, is Tree of Might gonna have some scene where he does that too? Something of note, though, a little trivia for those of you out there who actually care. There were, I think, two or three scenes that happened in this movie that they used in the opening sequence for the Rock the Dragon sequence for the actual series. I don't know if you knew that.
Huh.
Yeah, let me see if I can recall where it is. I don't know, never mind. I'm not going to try to recall where it is. I'm trying to, remember. That's going to take, way too long. But, yeah, there are, I think, 2 or 3 films in there, clips in here. I cannot talk right now. Blah. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just get to the nitty gritty and the meat of this. All in all, I gave Dead Zone a 5 out of 10 because I said it was kind of average. It wasn't terrible, but it was not great. This film, I don't want to rate it too high, but it's definitely better than Dead Zone. I'm going to go ahead and say 7.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that. 7 works. It wasn't like, OMG, you gotta watch World's Strongest. In fact, I could have sworn that before seeing this movie today, because I had not seen it before today.
Me either, actually, even though I own it, which is stupid. I own Dead Zone and World's Strongest and didn't watch them until we started doing this. But anyway.
Yeah, I didn't, what didn't I do? I just said it. Oh yeah, I hadn't seen the movie, I had just heard of it. And people were telling me, I thought I had heard people telling me it wasn't that good. Although one of my friends told me today, he's like, oh yeah, I remember that movie. It was actually pretty good. So, I don't know. Maybe I thought I heard bad stuff about it, but it wasn't
terrible. It wasn't terrible at all. Now, I would tell somebody if they were looking for DBZ movies, don't watch Dead Zone. I'd be like, man. But yeah. World's Strongest, I'd be like, why not? Go ahead. It's not bad.
All right.
So I guess once again we agree on the rating for the movie, and the rating for the movie is 7 out of 10. So thank you everybody for listening. Next time, join us as we watch. Why am I taking so long to say it? Okay, next time, join us as we watch The Tree of Might, where the main bad guy in that one is Turles.